It is our promise to you that as you begin practicing the positive aspects of circumstances and events, of governments, of other governments, of political parties, of people that you know, of family members, of your mothers and your fathers and your children, of your friends, of people that you have formerly called your enemies, as you begin to tune yourself to what this time-space reality is helping you to put in your vortex about them. You see, these aren't just people running around annoying you or pleasing you. These are people running around causing you to build a vortex version of you. They are the reason that you are expanding. And so when they are the reason that you're expanding and you look back at their trouble, now you're extra mad at them because first they caused you to expand and now they're holding you back from your expansion. What we want you to realize is that no one can hold you back. There is no assertion in this attraction-based universe. It is all attraction. And so as you begin to play with this a little bit, as you accept that you are vibrational beings first and foremost, as you acknowledge that you and everyone that you are interacting with is causing you to build this magnificent vortex of creation, and that the source within you dwells there and experiences the fullness of all that you have asked for. And as you, little by little, tune yourself to the frequency of that vibration, what you will begin to notice first is that you just feel better. The edge will just lift up off of you. Next, you'll begin to notice that wonderful ideas are flowing to you. You'll begin to notice that your memories of your past are changing, where the good memories are coming forward and the memories that were not so good fade and you can hardly remember them at all. You'll begin to notice that people around you are on your vibrational wavelength. You'll begin to notice that you're thinking something and someone right next to you, even somebody that you don't know very well, will verbalize it, and you'll look at them and feel such camaraderie, such harmony, such co-creative connectivity. You'll say to them, "You may not believe this, but I was just thinking those exact thoughts." We are so on the same vibrational wavelength. And then not only will the ideas flow, but connections of all kinds will begin to appear in your experience. Not because they are magically just being formulated out of thin air, but because you are tuning yourself to the frequency where you can now pick up in a receptive manner on them. And as you begin following that bliss, following that feeling of pure positive emotion, what you'll begin to notice is that your vortex will continue to expand and call you, and expand and call you, and expand and call you. And you will never run out of the feeling of surprise and delight, because it works like this. You were source energy before you came into this magnificent physical body. And even though a part of your consciousness came forth into this body, the larger part of you remained non-physically focused. As you sift through the details of this life experience, you are constantly putting requests, and even more than putting requests, you are expanding into a vibrational version of yourself that you must keep up with if you are to live the joyous life that you came forth to live. You can't hold back from that which you are. You must go with the flow of that which you are if you are to live the joyful life that you have come to live. So as you lean in the direction of this pure positive energy, as you praise and look for positive aspects and really make a habit out of feeling that pure positive energy, and as you move into the vortex again and again, as you make that vortex the place that you usually are, as you recognize when you are there and you recognize when you're not there, then what begins to happen is the vortex, as it keeps moving to another level and another level and another level, as you keep keeping up with it, you keep being privy to the new insights that are there for you. Are you getting an understanding of what we're saying? This is what's been happening in all of these hours that we've been playing together today. You are tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and up to speed with who you really are. And it's a rare one of you who is not really hearing everything to the depth and in the meaning that we are meaning it. Now, that doesn't mean that tomorrow you will remember it all, or that you could even repeat it to everyone. But it does mean that you found a way to get into vibrational alignment with who you are and to know the fullness of who you are. And doesn't it feel good to do that, you see? So then what happens next is that as you begin to abide in this vibration of well-being more and more, and of course now you're getting feedback from others. Others are noticing that your life is going better, you're feeling better, you're having more vitality, you're having more stability, you're having more really good ideas. You'll have an idea or an impulse about something, and when you apply it, it really pays off. You'll find things just going well. You'll find yourself repeating the mantra, everything is always working out for me. It feels like the entire universe is just wrapped around me. It's like a concierge in the sky that is just opening doors for me everywhere I go, everywhere I go, everywhere I go. And then, and this is the part that we are the most exhilarated about expressing to you, because you're up to speed and ready to hear it, and it's something new that is hatched even as a result of the conversation that we've had here together today. And that is that, we touched on it earlier as we said, you never get it done and you cannot get it wrong. But here's the way we really want you to see this. As you reach for this feeling of well-being inside your vortex, and you milk it and practice it and sustain it and succeed it, in other words, accomplish it, make it the vibration that is most dominant within you, and then you witness the manifestation that must unfold because it is law. Your acknowledgement of what worthiness really is will come full stream into your knowing. Because when you came into this physical body and you began exploring and you began making your statements of what you want and lived some life without the things that you want and felt the discord of wanting something that you couldn't figure out how to get, but then you became aware that you were personally, vibrationally holding this thing away from you because of your attention to its absence rather than your attention to its presence. And then you began focusing upon what you wanted until you trained yourself, or better said, till you allowed the vibration of your vortex, the vibration of your source, to train you into that higher vibration. So you've done this deliberately. You know what it feels like to be out of sync, and you know what it feels like to be in sync. And you get in sync on purpose. You're doing it on purpose. You're aligning on purpose. And the first recognition that you have that you are in alignment is that you feel better. You just feel better. It's that feeling of faith. It's that feeling of hope. It's that feeling of knowing. You just feel better. But then you get to see the manifestation of this thing that you've been asking for, and you know without any doubt within you whatsoever that it was your accomplishment of vibrational alignment that allowed the unfolding of these events. That is deliberate creation at its best. And we have to say to you that when you deliberately intend something and you recognize you're out of wackiness about it, and then you do something about that being out of vibrational sync, and you deliberately get into vibrational sync, and you revel in your alignment, and then you witness the manifestation, then you know what worthiness truly is. It's alignment, it's enlightenment, it's source flowing through you. So as we visit with you, we have only one intention really, and that is to help you to allow yourself to be all that you really are, because we know that there isn't anything that will bog you down. There isn't anything that will bum you out. There isn't anything that will break your heart. There isn't anything that will disappoint you. There isn't anything that will hurt you in any other way. There is nothing. There is no assertion of anything unwanted. The only thing that ever could cause pain to you is you not allowing you to be you. That's all. That's all it is. So when you get that and you recognize that moment by moment you're having emotional guidance that lets you know, hey, I'm me. You know how I know I'm me? I'm frisky. I feel fabulous. I'm clear-minded. I'm flexible. I feel good about life. I want to romp. I want to skip. I want to sing. And so everything that we talk about is about you being consciously aware of this possible gap, and then deliberately doing something about closing it by reaching for the thoughts that feel better, by reaching for the thoughts that allow you to be all that life has caused you to become. Sometimes as we visit with our physical friends, and you are a group who could very well be completely accepted from this because you seem to know who you are. But often our physical friends are so focused upon the manifestation of what is that they let all of their emotional response be to what is manifested. And we want to constantly remind them that what's manifested is old news. That where it's really at is in this vortex. Where it's really at is it's in this energy that's moved forward. Where it's really at and where your joy really is in the getting up to speed with all that you have become. Now, we don't want to give you any misunderstanding. You can never really get completely up to speed with everything that you are because you're continually expanding. The contrast that you're living is causing you to continue to ask, and because you continue to ask, the larger part of you continues to become, and that larger part of you continues to call you home to who you are. And you can tell by the way you feel whether you're going or not. Now, we want to say to you, you're going. You're going. The question is, are you going willingly? Because when you have your death experience, you will go. In other words, this vortex will have its way with you. You will become the whole of all that you are. We just don't think you should have to croak to come into alignment with who you are. We think that you have the ability to feel your way there. We think you can love your way into alignment. We think you can praise your way into alignment. We think you can compliment your way into alignment. We think you can dance your way into alignment. We think you can love your way into alignment. And we know, and you know too, we've never seen anyone motivate themselves into the vortex. Because the vortex is who you really are, and it's always summoning you. It's the inspiration that takes you in. So if someone is standing outside the vortex, criticizing you for something, trying to motivate you, it's sort of like standing outside trying to kick you in. And we say, you really don't need anyone to help you into your vortex, because you have the energy that creates worlds in there summoning you. You have the source within you in there summoning you. You have all that you have become in there summoning you. You just got to know that this state of being exists. And you just got to know that how you feel is your indicator of whether you're aligned with who you are or not. And then do whatever it takes moment by moment to do it. We have some manifestation cards. This particular one is health and the law of attraction. These are money and the law of attraction. These are the best manifestation cards that have ever been put together on the face of the earth. We wrote them. So let's say that you're having a hard time financially, or there is something not going right in your life, and in this case, let's say it's finances. And so you've heard about these wonderful cards, and you've heard about affirmation, and so you say, I'm going to do something about shifting my energy. I'm going to do something about improving my point of attraction relative to money. I'm going to study these cards. And life has been hard for me, you say, and I don't have enough money, and this is going to help. I know it is. And so you take the cards and you begin. You say, I do not need to have money to attract money. Well, that's fortunate. I have control over the thoughts I think. Sure, I do. My financial success does not require hard work. I'm going to mail this to my employer. There is no shortage of money or time. Who writes this stuff? The law of attraction adds power to both problems and solutions. That sucks. So the point that we're making is that when you are outside the vortex, when you're outside what you want, when you're not feeling good, when you're not tuned in, tapped in, turned on, when you are focused upon something that is going wrong and you decide, I will affirm, I will speak the positive words, we want you to understand that what you really do is you just dig in your heels and amplify the energy right where you are. It's sort of, have you ever had an argument with someone or a disagreement where you're sure that they're wrong and they're sure that you're wrong, and you're just sort of nose to nose, both speaking what you know is the right thing and neither one hearing the other one at all, and both of you digging in deeper and being sure about the rightness of your position? Well, you do that with yourself.